All right, here we go again for the next section, section 4 or 5. This is the third way we're learning how to solve quadratics. Well, fourth, actually, learn how to solve algebraically using the square root, solve by graphing, solve by factoring. Now we're learning solving by the quadratic equation. The quadratic equation, and you'll need to have this memorized, I will not give it to you on a test, is the opposite of b, plus and minus the square root of. B, that's a b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Okay, so the first problem we are going to do is x squared minus 7x. No, I was looking at the wrong problem. Sorry, starting over. 3x squared minus 5x plus 2 equals 0. Again, you can't solve a quadratic until it says equals 0, so notice that this one does. Okay, so in this case, a is 3, b is negative 5, and c is 2. Okay, and we'll start plugging in. So the opposite of b, which is 5, plus and minus the square root of. Use a parenthesis whenever you square something. Parenthesis, negative 5 or b squared minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is 2, and that's all over 2 times a. Now, don't try to type too much of this stuff into your calculator at once, okay? What you first want to do is just get what's under that square root, which is called the discriminant, okay? You want to get just what's under the square root first, again, which is called the discriminant, okay? Side note, and I think that some of these questions are on your homework or maybe on the test. If the discriminant is positive, then there are 2 solutions to the problem. If the discriminant is equal to 0, then there is 1 solution to the problem. If the discriminant is negative, then there are no solutions to the problem because you can't take the square root of a negative number. Okay, so that would be 25 minus 24, which would be 1. If you type that into your calculator, just this, exactly as you see it, you would get 1. Sorry, this was all over 2 times a. A was 3. Okay, so what we have is 5 plus minus the square root of 1 is 1, all over 3. Well, 5 plus 1 is 6. Divide by 3 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. Divide by 3, let's just keep calling that 4/3. Okay, let's do one more. Let's do one more. So, how about this one? 2x squared equals negative 5x plus 12. Okay, well, first we want to make this thing say equals 0, so I'm going to add 5x. 2x squared plus 5x equals 12. And then I'm going to minus my 12. So I have the 2x squared plus 5x whoops. The eraser on here is not working today. It's weird. Plus 5x, this should be minus 12 equals 0. So A is equal to 2, B is 5, and C is negative 12. All right, here we go. The opposite of B, negative 5 plus minus the square root of B, which is 5 squared. That's a 5. Minus 4 times A, which is 2, times C, which is negative 12. And that's all over 2 times A, which is 2. So I've got negative 5 plus minus the square root of, I just want to get that discriminant number. Okay, that would be, I'm trying to do this in my head, it would be 48 times 2 is 48, that's 96. 96 plus 25 is a 121. Okay, now the square root of 121, of course, is 11. So I've got 5 plus minus 11 all over 4. 5 plus 11 is 16. So we have 16 over 4, which reduces down to, of course, 4. And I also have 5 minus 11, which is negative 6 over 4, which reduces down to negative 3 halves. All right, if this is ever not a perfect square number, then just leave your answer in this form. So for instance, if you had something like 2 plus minus radical 13 all over 4, just leave it like this. If this is not a perfect square number, then just leave it like this. Okay? All right. That's it, and I'll see you tomorrow in class.